All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and the glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Avrakak Radash, double honor to the apostles, a great millstone, and salute to the Akim out there that's pushing this truth in all sincerity, and even unto those that's watching, learning, listening as well. It's the brother Marka Kam, and I just found this article where really one of the brothers of sending me an article such as this on the phone, but I wanted to go into this article on the computer, and it says Denmark rushes through emergency coronavirus law. All right, and we're going to read what this law is all about. So it says the far-reaching new law will remain in force until March 2021, when it will expire under the sunset clause. I was touched, and this was brought out by, let me see if I can find the person who brought it out. Well, it doesn't say, but the date is the 13th of March, 2020. So we're going to go all the way back to where I left off at. So it says, I was touched when I saw the whole parliament standing up and voting for this. Health ministers Magnus Hunick told Danish state broadcaster DR after the law passed, it is time to put aside party politics and be together to do what it takes to bring Denmark safely through the situation. Jens Elo Ritter, law professor at Copenhagen University, said the measures were unlike anything passed in the last 75 years. It is certainly the most extreme since the Second World War. He told the Islands Post and newspaper, there have been some powerful encroachments in various terrorist packages. But this goes further. Trine Maria, I don't know what that says, Dr. Court correspondent said that Danish citizens could face, this is the point, prosecution under the new law if they refuse to comply with health authority demands. It means that you could be sentenced to a punishment if you, for example, refuse to allow yourself to be tested for coronavirus, she said. So it says, Ministry of Health will now work with the Ministry of Justice on the detail of how the police will work with health officials to enforce their demands. Whose demands? The people that work at the hospital. All right? So if you refuse to be quarantined, then basically they can punish you in two ways. They can fine you or they can imprison you. Okay? And this law was passed during the Denmark parliament. So it was passed. And the reason why it was passed, because as we all should know, this is something that Esau has been thinking about prior before this coronavirus even came into existence. Okay? The whole intent here is to shut down society, to bring it to martial law, and through martial law, they can get people chipped. Okay? Under this thing of you getting the vaccine. All right? And what they may do, after you do get the vaccine, you're going to be chipped to declare that you were vaccinated. Okay? And that's how they could do it. Because what they really want to do is to simply fulfill prophecy. And I don't know if they want to fulfill prophecy, but whether they know or they do know, it really makes no difference. They're going to fulfill prophecy, and they're going to if they continue to promote this coronavirus scare as they are doing, then it's going to lead to them having to pull the chip out, which is what they want to do anyway, because they simply want to take your freedom and your rights away. That's what this whole thing is about. All right? It's all about taking full, and if not more, control than they already have over the people. Okay? So that they can then rule the people as the Most High rules over the people. That's the whole intent. They want to be the gods of the earth. They want their kingdom to prolong. They want to remain in complete power. So they figure, okay, if we can chip you, then we have everything we need to know about you. We can control you, Because years ago, I remember about 6 years ago, or maybe more than that, I was watching a video on YouTube, some kind of technology or something that they can put inside of you, and they can control you. Okay, they did an experiment with a cow, and they were able to remotely control the cow, because they inserted some kind of chip or something like that inside the cow, and they were able to control the cow's movements. So this is the kind of technology that Esau has. They want full control of you, and it's also a tracking device, the chip. So like I said, Lord willing, if this thing continues on as it is going to, they're going to bring in the chip, because they're already starting with Denmark. Denmark is like a country that they're testing what it is concerning this coronavirus. All right, they're passing a law to force people to get quarantined, and through that being the case, we're going to now see, or they're going to see, on how people are going to respond to that. And if people respond in the way that they think they're going to respond, then they know exactly what to prepare for when they unleash this law all around Europe and all around the world. Because you better believe that this same situation, or this similar kind of law, is going to be passed all around the world. Because this coronavirus thing is reached global scales now. This is just not a Denmark thing or English thing or it's just a one country thing. No, this is a global situation. All right, because Esau wants to globalize the chip. Esau wants to shut society down. I've been thinking about this for years. Okay, and I know other brothers have been thinking like this for years as well. So this is not something that surprises, me the least, because I saw this coming a mile away. All right, and this doesn't scare me not one iota. As a matter of fact, I'm happy that all of this is going on, because just goes to confirm our faith and confirms the word of the Lord. Okay, so this is something that we're proud about, we're happy about, we're excited about. Now I want to get to the scriptures, because you're going to have men in this truth that are going to be cast into prisons. All right, due to the wrath, that Esau is coming with. Revelations 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Now, what does the word devil mean? The word devil is from the Latin diablos, which simply means deceiver. And that's all Esau has ever been doing ever since he's been ruling. And he had to deceive the world to uphold the life that he has, to uphold his rulership. Okay, because if he didn't use deception to rule, then his kingdom wouldn't be able to stand upright. People would already figure this man out, but they had to use all manner of deception to fool the people so that they can uphold their power. Okay, so it says the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Why is that? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And this is why you have this coronavirus thing, because they know that their time of rulership is short. It's near. The end is already here. Okay, there's no we're coming towards the end or we're going towards it. We're already in the end. And this is why down here in London, what they're going to start doing is they're going to start bringing the military down in the midst. Okay, they're going to get the cops prepared, all manner of if they continue this thing on as they're doing, it's going to get to the point where they're going to deploy the military and they're going to get the police officers ready on point of this as well. All right, because this is Esau again, as I'm going to say, coming down with great wrath, a fulfillment of prophecy. Revelations 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, the angels are rejoicing, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Who inhabits the earth? The so-called white man, aka the Edomites that the Bible speaks about. They inhabit the earth. According to Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. And where and who is he? So they're the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And that's exactly the point. They know that the time is nigh and their end is here. What we're going to do now is we're going to read Revelations 2 verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Because see, even though certain countries are on lockdown, certain cities are on lockdown, but we ain't really reached that point where it's just going to get out of this world hazardous. We ain't reached that point yet. You know, life is still not so bad at the moment. But it's going to get bad out here, man. It's going to get to the point where people are going to start killing themselves. The government is going to start killing the people. All right. And I'm talking about the military powers, the SWAT team powers, the police department powers. They're all going to come down against the people. Okay. And it's going to get terrible out here. It's going to be something you've never seen in the West before. Like the, it's going to be like the wild West. And that's what we're going to see out here, because a lot of the people in the Western Hemisphere for so long have been living comfortably at rest. And now they're going to experience what it means to where they're going to have to survive by themselves. Because life is easy in the West. You can go to the store, you can get your food, everything's handed down to you. But people are going to figure something else out. People are going to experience a different way of life. So it's going to get crazy out here. I mean, people are already losing their damn minds over toilet paper. Could you believe that? They're forgetting about what's really essential, which is food. They're going about getting toilet paper, getting everything off the shelves. So just imagine when the people have no access to food. How much chaos are we going to see? It's going to be a lot of chaos, and it's going to be uncontrollable chaos. And this is why I kind of understand and see why Esau again has to bring in the military, because it's going to get wild out here, man. Because Esau knows exactly where they're going to want to take this thing. They know, they already got it down pre-planned. Okay? And a lot of these countries are in debt. A lot of these countries ain't got no damn money, and the economy's gone down to the toilet. So let's use something else to cover what's really going down. And what's really going down is the economy it ain't doing too good. Okay. So we're gonna say it's the coronavirus, and we're gonna deploy the military powers. But like I said, you know, this is something that brothers have already seen in their mind. We've already visualized this for the past, some brothers 10 years, some brothers 6 years, some brothers 12 years, the apostles 30 plus years, 20 to 30 plus years, excuse me. Okay, we've already seen it. So this is like, okay, no big deal. All right, we're going to deal with Revelations 2:10. Let's read this again. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried. And you shall have tribulation 10 days. Now, that's not literal. It could be 6 months. It could be 3 months, or however long that may be that you're in jail for, or you're in a concentration camp for. Because jail is nothing but a concentration camp. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So always remember and keep in mind what you're sacrificing your life for and who you're sacrificing your life to. Because all we're doing is at the end of the day, we're going down for Yahweh Shai. And that's what brothers got to keep in mind, is that knowing that you're putting your life on the line for your Lord and Savior that died on the cross for your sins. Okay? And knowing exactly what you're going to get out of all of this. Revelations 20 verse 4, and I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai. So peep this. Let me read this again. And I saw thrones, right? And they that sat upon them. So the they that sat upon them were the same souls that were beheaded. Okay? Because ultimately, if we go through this tribulation, according to Acts 14 and 23, it says, confirming and exalting the souls of the disciples, that we must know that through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven. So this is what we're going to have to go through to sit on these thrones, as John the Revelator saw. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai. So that's what I've said before, and I'm going to say it the second time coming. All right. If you are to be put to death, know exactly who you're being put to death for, who you're sacrificing your life for, and it's due to you sacrificing your life to Yahushua. And for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach 1,000 years. So it's going to get to that point where they're going to either find you or imprison you, or what they could very well do is kill you, because you've already declared that you're against the system. You're not rocking with the system. You're going against the system. So once they know that about you, then what's the point of having you around? Because if you have a rebellious soul against the system, how much more when they set up their new world order, as they think they're going to set up, but it's not going to go according to plan. You're going to upset their program. So also in the days of great despair that's coming down the pike, the time of Jacob's trouble, martial law, that's going to show them who's down with them and who ain't down with them. And then they're going to have to fizzle out those that are not down with them, because you're going to have a lot of people that's going to fight up against the system. Okay, you have people that have their own truths, they have their own belief systems. You have people that are Muslims and all kinds of religions out there. Okay, you have people that are really true believers of the Bible. They're not Israelites, but they're just true. They're just like genuine Christians. Okay, that believe in Jesus Christ, and they know that the mark of the beast is the chip. They're not going to accept that. So there's going to be a lot of resistance going on amongst the people, and that kind of sort of thing, you know. But like I said, brothers, man, we're living in beautiful times. Keep the faith, stay strong, and just be ready in mind and body and soul of what's to go down, because we're pretty much at the end of this thing, man. And I hope and pray in the name of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai that they keep pushing this thing. All right, so with that, I'm out. Shalom.